What is up, everybody? So we're just leaving to head to the shop. It stormed like crazy last night. There were leaves everywhere. There was no leaves on the ground last night when I came home. Now it looks like fall. But yeah, we're gonna head down to the shop and do some stuff. So let's go. We made it down to the shop and we got a couple things to do today. Mainly, tomorrow is my absolute favorite time of the year. It's the big swap meet. I end up sleeping up there because I go as a vendor, mainly because I want to get in early and I like buying a bunch of crap and I like reselling it. So I'll go up tomorrow around noon, 1 o'clock, see what kind of deals I can get, buy as much shit as I can, and sell it all on Sunday when the public comes. I do it every year, twice a year usually, spring and fall. It's going to be a beautiful weekend, probably the warmest one we've had. You know, last year it was like 30 degrees. I was sleeping in my truck. I let the Mercedes run all night and I just slept in the back. I am bringing the Mercedes and the Prado. So what we are doing is pulling the rear seats out of the Prado so I can sleep in it. Ray with the K20 truck is going to be driving my Mercedes so he can sleep in that. He's coming up with me. That is today's plans. Before we get into pulling the seats out, we're going to talk a little bit. So you guys watched obviously my last video. Before anything, welcome to all the new subs. Thank you guys for the support. We're growing pretty fast at this point. I gained like 100 subs in the last 2 weeks. So that's awesome. But let's talk about the S14. The exhaust sounds like shit. It's supposed to be the quiet HKS exhaust. My car sounds like garbage. Like there's no way to put it. I put the test pipe on. I ended up finding a test pipe. Put it on, sounds even worse. It's fucking terrible. So we're putting the stock exhaust back on it for now. But that brings me to my last video. That is why I titled it the way I did. Because we're going turbo just because of the fact the car sounds like shit. Not just because of the fact, but that was like the pushing point. You know, for the last couple years I've seen these NA builds, some of them in like Australia, and they sound good. Like they got some serious headers and ITBs, and that's what I wanted to do. But the more I realize it's just not cost effective. It's gonna cost so much just to get the sound out of this SR and still be slow. Then I could just do like a small turbo setup on the motor. Basically like a factory. I wanna do a T28 ball bearing S15 turbo. We'll set it at like 8 pounds, you know, and I'll end up making 60, 70 more horsepower, which the car needs. And it'll sound good. So that's our plan. We're gonna do like a basically OEM setup. So basically, you know, DE plus T for the time being. Now, I was dead set on keeping this car SR. I'm starting to change my mind though. I'm thinking 1J. I have a lot of shit to do before that's gonna happen. You know, I got all these cars coming in. So once a little bit of money comes in, hopefully, everything keeps going good on here, channel keeps growing, I'll be able to do stuff like that. I would like to do these swaps. I would like to do these builds a little more in depth than I've been doing. I mean, over the last 15 years, I've had some crazy builds, but there was no camera there, you know? And I was young, I didn't have a family back then, so I was able to, you know, really splurge. I built that R32 GTR. I mean, that probably cost me 60 grand to build that car. But it was a different time in life. So now there's other priorities have shifted and I have a lot of cars that I'm building at the same time. We have another one coming in, another 2 coming in that I'm gonna keep, and we're gonna build those as well. So we're talking 4 or 5 builds at the same time. Not that they're huge builds or anything, Some of them I would like to be. The S14 I'd like to be. I want to S54 swap my E36. Like, that's still on the table. I want to do that. But when you're talking 5-6 grand just for these motors alone, you know, you're looking at 10 grand per car by the time you're done to get them the way I want. So I don't have tens of thousands of dollars to spend on each car, when I could take that 10 grand, buy cars, and make a little bit of money off them to just keep living, you know? I'm not gonna tell you what kind of car I got, but we're not swapping a motor in it. We're gonna put a tranny in it because they only come automatic. So we're gonna put a 6-speed in it. And it is turbo, and it's a Nissan. That's all I'm saying. And it's, I personally think it's really cool. So we're gonna do that. But yeah, that's basically how our future is looking for now. I would like to keep growing with you guys. I want to keep building these cars. And that's it. So enough of me talking. Let's go take the seats out of the Prado. So it was that easy. 8 bolts, pops right out. And this is gonna be our bed tomorrow night. So we're gonna pull the seat out, vacuum in here, clean it up, and see what we got for laying room. I know in my AMG I could lay flat, and it's awesome. So I'm hoping I have the same amount of room in here after I push the seats forward. And this is gonna be my little home away from home for a night. Let's pull the seat out and get the vacuum and clean it up. Holy moly, that thing is heavy. I was not expecting that thing to weigh 150 pounds, but it probably weighs 120, 150 pounds. That is a heavy rear seat. This thing's gonna be a fucking rocket now. Woo! Easy to get out, super heavy. I guess all those metal frames and sliding mechanisms and all that hoo-ha's weighs a lot, because that thing was not easy to carry by myself. Just like awkward size too. But yeah, we got a lot of room back here now. I can definitely lay flat, so I'm gonna have my head over here, my legs just floating over there. I'm gonna bring some blankets. I actually have, off of an old couch I saved a long time ago, I saved just for these weekends. I have like a big, essentially pillow that's the same size as this. It's the bottom part of a big couch, and I saved it when we threw the couch out just for swap meets so I could sleep on it. So I put that down with all my stuff and have a little home. Like I said, it's gonna be warm. We're gonna put all the bolts back in the hole so we don't lose them, and so it seals the holes up. And yeah, we're gonna clean it up in here, and this truck will be ready to go tomorrow after I load it up with all the stuff I'm gonna sell. We're all cleaned out in the back of the Prado, all vacuumed up, the bolts are all bolted down, and this thing is ready to go semi-camping in. It's my new little house. But yeah, before I had a little girl, my little baby, that's how I would have rocked this Prado. That's how I rocked the AMG ever since I got it. 2 front seats, that's how I had my Discovery when I had it. 2 front seats and open in the back. That's how I rock these SUVs. But now with the little one, I gotta have the car seat, so back seats stay. This truck actually had 3rd row seats, if you guys remember the video when I picked it up. So I have a set of 3rd row as well, but we obviously don't need that, so I never have them in. But they do fold up and like sit up against the window up here. Pretty cool. You know, it's an option on these. They don't all come with it. But yeah, we tried starting the AMG, and my jump pack like won't even start it. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that thing. Sometimes it works awesome, like you just hook it up and the car will fire right up. Other times it just struggles. So when I first turned it on, the truck was only showing 6 volts. That's how long it's been sitting here. And these European cars, they just drain batteries because so much shit has to stay running. So it was only showing 6 volts, and then with the jumper pack it only jumped up to 11.1. so I know this battery is still good. It never gave me a problem for the years I've had it. So we're just gonna throw a charger on it, let it charge for a little while, and it should fire right up. But it hasn't been opened in so long that I need to air it out. thing's turned into like a storage unit. So we're gonna pull all this shit out. It only has this one seat in it. You notice the other seats are not in it. So we are going to pull this one seat out. And then this thing will be ready to go for tomorrow too. This is kind of a video inside of a video. I'm filming another video, but I stopped that to film this one. I'm gonna show you guys how to put a newer 3-spoke wheel into a third gen 4Runner or a Land Cruiser Prado. Basically anything from like the mid to late 90s Toyota wise. So I don't have all the stuff here, but I have enough to make it work so I could drive with it. I'm gonna have an airbag light until I get the igniter in, because I don't have an igniter for the airbag, because they cannot ship those out of Japan. But I do have everything else. I have the clock spring, I have the wheel setup, I have the steering wheel setup, I have the airbag itself, but I do not have the igniter for the airbag. I did find one, it's on its way here, but for the time being, we're just gonna put it in, deal with the airbag light, and then once I get the igniter, we'll wire it in, airbag light will go away. So, you start off with these ugly 4-spoke wheels, and there's 2 covers on the side. You pop them off. 1, 2, and then there's T25 or T27. I use a T25, but it might actually be a T27. Torques on each side. That's what's holding the actual airbag in. So once those are loose, you can wiggle it and the airbag will pop off. Disconnect your battery first though. You don't want one of these things popping off in your hand or in your face. You're gonna get hurt. Really, you will get hurt. Once you have the Torques out, it still is a little bit of pressure to pull out because you have these little clips that pop in and basically just hold it in place. So you got to actually like pull it off and they'll pop out fairly easy. Then you have this little connector right here. You squeeze it, pull it up, and then you can push down this little tab and it pulls off. Airbag is now off. So this is the part they can't ship, this round piece with the 4 bolts. So that's what's missing out of my Altezza wheel. Here's the, you need a new clock spring too. You need the Altezza clock spring. They also are the same in like some RAV4s, Celicas, a bunch of different Toyotas use these style steering wheels and clock springs. You can get them at anyone. And you have the Altezza wheel that looks so much better than that 4-spoke. It just looks awesome. So what you're going to want to do is you want to center the wheel, perfectly center. And then we're going to break this nut free. Alright, so we got the Altezza wheel in the truck, bolted up fine. I actually kept the original clock spring for now. What I'm gonna have to do once I get the airbag igniter is cut this. All it is these 2 wires, blue and yellow. Same thing with this, blue and yellow. And you just splice that into there and presto, you plug it in. But for now, I went through my resistor box and I found a 2.2 ohm resistor, stuck it in there, and we do not have an airbag light now. So we don't have an airbag, but we don't have an airbag light either, because that would annoy the shit out of me. So 2.2 ohms works on these older Toyotas. So I just found, I have a box with like thousands of resistors. So I just sat there and ohmed each one out until I found a set that was 2.2. I had a pile of other ones that I was gonna twist together to make 2.2, and then I found the actual 2.2 ones. So good luck there. So I'm just gonna throw a little piece of tape on it for now to keep it on there. And then once I get my igniter, I'll put it in there, bing, bang, boom, done. And we'll have our airbag back. So let's just not get into a head-on collision before that. But yeah, let's throw the actual airbag itself on and see how it looks. And there is the final product. Way better looking than that 4-spoke. So now we have a nice leather wheel, 3-spoke wheel, and it just looks so much better. What an upgrade. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's gonna be it for the steering wheel video. So the Alta has a wheel, awesome setup. I did get another steering wheel in. You will see that on the next video. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna run. We'll see. We're gonna switch them around, see what one I like better. But yeah, if you have a 4Runner or a Prado or a Land Cruiser, it's probably the same on that too. Yeah, that's what you gotta do to put a steering wheel in it. Really not too bad. But you know the deal, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit me up on Instagram, MikeG203. And I'm starting up a TikTok, believe it or not. But I need it, you know, just to get my channel out there more. So we'll be setting that up as well. Like I told you guys, I got my new phone coming in, so I'll be able to do reels, and I'll be able to just get a little more content out there. It's tough with a cell phone that doesn't work camera wise. My camera, it's like looking through broken glass. It's just junk. So I'm getting that new 14 Plus Pro Max, whatever the hell it is, and I should get some more content out with that. Can't wait for it to come in. It's back ordered for another 2 weeks. Should have it in about 2 weeks. But that's it. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. We got some cool stuff coming up. These are just kind of little videos that we're putting out, showing you how to do stuff. But we're gonna go see DJ, we'll go see Jimmy, and get some cool videos out there. And we have some more car shows coming up, so that will be awesome as well. We're gonna try and get the Sylvia out and the BMW. But you know what? Hit the like button, hit the sub button. I will see you guys soon. Bye.